And we're back in the game, this time with some more Call of Warhammer Beginning of the End Times, version 2.0 beta. And let's go and pick a faction. Now this is just a test video to see if we can get past YouTube's copyright for the music in the game. Now we're going to select short campaign victory conditions. I think this may work. We have, who are we going to actually play as? We're going to play as the marriage of England and France, medieval England and France, and that's going to be Brettonia, starting out on the western edge, or the northwestern edge, or I should say the northwestern corner of the old world. We are separated from the Empire by a chain of mountains. There's a bunch of rebel areas which you'll see on the campaign map. To our south are the Skaven. To our southeast are the Wood Elves, and there's also some vampire counts lurking around in mountains who often give us trouble. And very far to the south are some dwarf strongholds, although they've been reduced in this mod down to about 1 or 2. And even further south are the border princes, or I should say the dogs of war. That consists of the border princes, Delea and Estalia. So we're going to select Brettonia, our strengths, powerful knights. We have lots and lots of cavalry, lots and lots of heavy cavalry. We have medium cavalry, we have light cavalry, we have skirmish cavalry, it's mounted longbowmen. Our weaknesses, our infantry. Infantry, although we have swordsmen, spearmen, halberdiers, and heavy infantry, they're not that powerful. You really have to upgrade them with your barracks. And we only have one type of archer, the peasant archer. We don't believe in that newfangled black powder stuff that those Empire folks and those dwarf boys be playing with. No, no, no. There's no honour in that. So we don't have black powder. We don't have handguns. We don't have muskets. We don't have cannons. Now this does put us at a bit of a disadvantage when it comes to sieging. But we can get trebuchets. But it takes quite a bit of work to get trebuchets, and they're not really worth it, and kind of slows your armies down a bit. Now, there are still some bugs in this 2.0 version. Some of them I can fix myself, some I cannot. And at the moment I haven't tried to fix any, such as certain buildings, high tier buildings, giving you less benefits than low tier buildings. Why would you upgrade a building if it gave you less than what you're already getting? Certain factions cannot recruit certain units. The Dogs of War, they do not have recruitment in most of the areas of the map. Unfortunately, absolutely no units. Can't even retrain any of their units. You go outside of their core areas, such as this. Going over to Lustria, Ulf1, Nagaroth, you can't get any units. Going down to Araby, Southlands, Yoga Kingdoms, you can't get any units. So you're a severe disadvantage. Some of that I can fix, some I cannot. Many factions have been nerfed. There are still a lot of scripted armies that will show up to cause you trouble. And diplomacy is once again not the strong point of this mod. Basically everybody hates everybody. There are going to be very few alliances, and they don't hold up for long. You could be attacked by anyone, anywhere, at any time. So be on your guard. Right, we have a little quote here from some Warhammer book. Knight and steed, noble and peasant, on such relationship is Brettonia built. It's built on the backs of peasants mainly, broken backs of peasants. But at some point in time, the peasants shall rise up and overthrow the nobility. Until then, let them eat cake. Right, let's get started, shall we? We're in the summer of 2514 Imperial calendar. I believe that's what the IC stands for. Now, some of you will have watched my High Elf campaign. So, yeah, the reason the High Elf campaign took so long was because it was in a previous version of the mod, and we could only play the long victory campaign, as the short one was rather bugged. Also, the starting position, as you can see from the minimap, is all the way over here, and it took a while just to consolidate Ep01 because there's quite a few rebel settlements there. We did have to take out the Dark Elves, and of course the Lizardmen attacked us, and basically our victory conditions meant that we had to go all the way up to the top right hand corner of the map for victory. Now, in this version, the map has actually been made quite a bit smaller. There was a lot of territory up here, but really they were just very large provinces. Now, two of the regions up here have actually been moved all the way over here. That means Zinch, I think, has been moved from up here all the way over here. Can't remember all of the changes in version 2.0 beta compared to 1.5 beta, but this island, Albion, has been moved, and I think there's less space between these continents now. So, we're here, we're the Brettonians, this is us. We need 50 regions, and we need to eliminate Chaos factions, Born, Zinch, Nurgle, Slanesh, and the Skaven. Now, one of these areas is not the same as the other. This one, Pigbarter. All of these regions are out here in the lands of Brettonia, the historic borders of Brettonia. But Pigbarter, if I remember correctly, is an ogre settlement all the way down here, I think, in the bottom right hand corner. Why do we need a Pigbarter? Was there some kind of Brettonian crusade that went there, captured it? I'm not an expert on the lore, but I believe there was also some Brettonians who went down to this island. I can't even remember the name of this island at the moment. And some Brettonians who went down here into Araby at some point. So that's going to be interesting, having to go all the way down to the bottom right hand corner of the map. But for the moment, we do start in the lands of Brettonia. Another interesting change in this version is that the incredibly wealthy city of Marienburg has been moved from roughly over here, and once again this area of the map has been changed slightly. Marienburg is now over here, and the settlement that used to be over here has now been moved over there. So this kind of makes it harder for Middenland, which is out here, to capture Marienburg, because there's no way across this river now, and it does make it a lot easier for Brettonia to capture Marienburg, but also for the Reichland to do it, because the Reichland is here. Now, Marienburg was, and I still believe is, the most wealthy settlement in the game. However, it's been nerfed quite a bit from what I've seen, but we shall endeavour to capture it. And we shall do that right now by taking as many of these units as we can. going to be taking all of these out of the ports, which give free upkeep. Got 4 units there. We may be going into the red for a while. Currently we are going to make a small profit. We shall see. I'm going to bring this army up here. Right, we've got a couple of extra generals. So that's good to use against the Marienburg faction. We have in there, we've got 1 archer. I don't think we can even get any infantry out here, so we're going to have to take all of those. So that's an extra 7 units, making it 18. Got room for 2 more. Right, I'm going to recruit some archers. We could grab some units from this fort as well. May. These are not getting free upkeep. I'm going to put them in that fort. You are not getting free upkeep. Go up there. Come over there. Now, there's a rather large settlement here, Musalon. It's a rebel settlement with vampires in it. The main focus of this episode is going to be trying to claim Marienburg. Now, do we have any agents? Let us check. We don't have agents there. We don't have agents there. We have agents there. Or there. We don't have any agents. Let us check. Agents. We do not have any agents. That's a shame. We're going to need some diplomats at the very least. We can get 1 there. We can get 1 up here. Oh, we shall. Now, these battle pilgrims are a pretty good unit. There's only 120 men, but they're a pretty solid infantry unit. The halberdiers, swordsmen, and spearmen are not that great. Their stats aren't terrible, they just don't perform that great. So you really do need some experience on your units and some armor upgrades and weapons wherever you can get them. Now, we need to do some work on our economy. Got 2,700 in our treasury. It's not going to be much. It'll be like 2 buildings at the very least. You can get start constructing. Just the taxes wherever we can, because we're not worried about the population. At least not yet. That pretty much looks like everything. So, what to build and where to build it. It's profitable. These settlements will become profitable as we start trading with the Empire factions. Also in this mod, we've lost 2 Empire factions. Nordland up here and Stirland out here. They have been replaced by Clan Pestilence down in Lustria and the Vampire Coast faction also down in Lustria. Now, who's making the most money? Lyonesse and Huron. We build out here. It's going to make us some money. Should. The economy really feels nerfed in this version. It's only going to increase by just under 100. About that. Oh, 214. Yeah, that's not much, is it? But we'll take it. It's better than nothing. And some of the buildings are a lot quicker to construct now. Right. So we can't get that. We have 1200 left. We can get the shipwrights. Probably our biggest settlement, Coron. So we're going to have 2 diplomats. Ah, we have an event message. A people in flight, ogre kingdoms. Now, this is one of the things that I'm going to try and change at some point. Text is rather opaque. Well, it's a bit hard to read even for me. These once proud people have lost their last stronghold and have been forced to flee. While this is a triumphant day for those that have been oppressed by the Horde, it bodes poorly for neighbouring lands that these desperate people may covet, as they are at their most dangerous when they are on the move. Watch out, neighbours of the ogres. Okay, we have one coin left in our treasury. Nope, we don't. It's turn 1, isn't it? Yeah, our treasury is completely empty. Alright, well, we're going to have some money this turn. Let's click the end turn button and see what happens. Now, here's a very quick end turn sequence. This mod, so that's good. And we have a candidate for adoption. We're going to take him. He's in Larette. There. Faction announcement. Good, good, good. Those. Now, got an extra archer unit there. Fortunately, they're not coming in as reinforcements. We could take that one that we just got. Right, come along there. We've only got one archer. I really want more archers in there. I'm going to take one out there. Going to expect 1500. We are going to start getting some trade deals very soon. Okay, as you can see, there's Marienburg. At various stages through the mod development, it's been all over this area. All over it. Right. There's our diplomat. I'm going to come down here and talk to the Wood Elves. War declared, Oak Kingdoms and Chaos Dwarves. Fair enough. And construction complete. Normally that would take 2 or 3 turns, I think. Okay, let's get that. Probably don't have money to get anything, do we? Yeah. Not so good. Okay, how long before you can get there? 2 turns. Alrighty. Now there is a good sized garrison at Marienburg. It's a spawned garrison. Or scripted, I should say. And with one full army you can usually win, sometimes lose. Been gifted 1,000 gold, helps out. Who we bumped into? Beast Lord, yes. Now, this unit, Ungor Raiders, that's a Beastman unit with bows. The Chaos factions are supposed to be able to have access to that, but once again, it hasn't been added to any of the buildings. So I'm going to have to try and add that myself. And here is War Rebels. And here is Reichland. See if we can get a little money from them. Now, historically, they would be allies. Are they going for that? They accepted. Very nice. Now, we're going to try coming around there. Talk to Midland. New homeland for the Ogre Kingdoms at Goldtooth's Kingdom. Right, it doesn't show us where that is. These people have at last captured a settlement worthy of serving as their new capital. That's right down in the bottom right corner. Map. So we've got a shipwright. It's not looking like it's actually giving any income, although it's supposed to. Sartosa, that's the island down here. It's the island of Sartosa. Okay, why is that not giving any money? Now where was that? Coron? Ship right. Okay, it is giving, or it says it's giving, some kind of bonus. Do battle for France. Okay, let's improve what we can. Some money there. I'm gonna save it up. We can get this, but it's not a big deal. Population isn't this mod. So you should be able to talk to the Wood Elves very soon. I know episode 1 of any campaign can be either exceedingly boring or exceedingly exciting, depending on who you are and what's around you. Okay, we have reached Marienburg. As you can see, they have one army there and another army there with 2 units inside. But they have 10,500 people. Woody Elves. You right there. Trade rights. As there are neighbours. Get an alliance. Right, so that was nice. One down. Now there's some vampires out here. But I'm going to try and talk to the dwarves out here. The dwarves in this mod have been significantly nerfed. Significantly. They've lost many settlements. But they don't get as much money. They have to deal with a lot of scripted enemy stacks showing up all the time. It's basically a survival campaign for the dwarves. Kind of like for the Wood Elves. Come around there. We're going to find the Reichland capital. Should be right there of Altdorf. That's always a target for the Chaos factions when they play Crusade. Right, we've got rebels here, but they don't look like they want to attack. So that's good. Should we get out here? It's not getting much trade, is it? That will double trade. But that will be better right now. Can get a pretty good economy up and running for Brettonia, as they have quite a few settlements to begin with. Now let's see if we're going to have a major battle at Marienburg. Probably will. That should be the last faction coming up. See if they attack. Yep, they sent that stack. Well, they're sallying out, and that stack is coming in as reinforcements. Oh, now that's weird. They moved too far. They're not coming in. They are not coming in as reinforcements. So it's just Helmet the Stoltz. Alright, those are good archers. Most of the archers that used to be able to deploy stakes can no longer deploy them. So our cavalry shouldn't have to worry about that. Right. Now this battle shouldn't last very long. But what is concerning is that stack that didn't join in. I would actually prefer them to join in. So we could take them all out in one battle, win or lose. Right, to get off of your siege equipment. Archers. They're on fire arrows. We're going to decimate them. They're not going to get through our infantry. Kind of like to have my swordsmen as the second row. They can fill in any gaps. Filling in with our main line of spear and halberdiers. Here comes the flaming arrows. Killing too many, are they? Might as well have some close-ups. It's a nice night battle. Maybe that's why that reinforcement army couldn't come in. They couldn't fight night battles. That's a good colour scheme, isn't it? Blue and yellow. With some red in there. I like that. As you can see, their infantry is kind of like a halberd unit, but they don't have a spear wall or halberd formation anymore. Those were removed several versions ago. Right, let's get some of our cavalry moving. We can do some flanking. Are we actually winning? Yep, we've killed 17%, surprisingly. Who are we targeting? It's their general there. He's just in a regular infantry unit. Try targeting them. Alright, cavalry. Gonna have to come on through there, I think. You're probably being blocked by that tower, aren't you? Come on back over there and get off of the fire arrows. Our generals charging in there. No, that's the Marienburg guard. We don't want to deal with them. Like we got a decent charge in. And they're going to come back. We might be able to hit them in the rear. They are getting hit by the archers and dying very satisfyingly. Target this unit. Try to push through. Might kill him on the charge. Yep, there he goes. Down. Now those are some nice looking knights, aren't they? In the battle. Right, we lost 79 men. Not too bad. But that does leave that stack and a half of rebels sitting right outside. What are they going to do?
Nothing can stand in our way.
Marienburg. We could get
It is ours.
4,000. We only have to kill 2,000 people. We're going to do that because we need to boost our economy as quickly as possible. Now, are there any buildings in here that we actually need to destroy? Can't get anything from the auxiliary barracks. Not as Brettonia. Couldn't get anything from an alchemist's lab either. Upgrades armor to cuirass. Nice. We can get elves. No, we cannot get elves from here. Empire factions can, and so can Kislev. Alright. Okay. Well, looks like we can get armor upgrades. At the very least. How much is all this costing us? 98. But, ooh, almost 12,000. It's 160. 70. So it's about really 100 the upgrade, isn't it? And we got 2.5% growth, so those 2,000 that we killed off will finish fairly quickly. We could boost the taxes. Weaponsmith. Actually going to boost our army. Okay, it's going to boost our economy. Trade 674. What have we put that in? It'll help eventually. Largest faction, that's us. Light goblins, not happy with us. Bad. Them. More wood elves, which we can't get past. We talk to Midland now. We're in their territory. Road up there. There. Midlanders. Alliance. Nice. And Hopland is over here. Every time we get an alliance, our nations will go down with somebody. Half blocked. Okay, let's get some of that construction going, or should we get some units so we can start expanding? Okay, we can't actually get infantry over here. We're going to have to build that. But there, looks like we can. Because there's a rebel settlement sitting right on our border. Get some archers. That's the mounted longbowman. We've got some money left over. We're on. We're up to 1700. DNS at 1800. Yeah, I don't really want to pay for that. It's got to be something better somewhere. Right, we'll get the roads in there. Should make a profit next turn. Yep, nice profit. But that's where we're going to be leaving this episode of this campaign. So, until episode 2 comes around, everybody take care and remember to like, comment or subscribe, or YouTube will ban you. Well, not yet, but that's a thought they might have. So, just to be on the safe side, go ahead and like, comment and subscribe.